like what you see here?
But I think the whole concept is really unique, actually. What first attracted me to the club was the idea of having a group of business people who are sort of at the cutting edge of investment, who are at the cutting edge of technology, and kind of matching, I guess, the capital with the entrepreneurs and putting those two pieces of the puzzle together. I think what's really challenging for a lot of people right now is that the fact the world is changing so rapidly and the sort of digital economy is taking over. And a lot of people of a certain age, we don't necessarily really understand how that's happening. What are the triggers for that to happen? What sort of signs should we be looking out for, for future opportunities? And obviously we've seen with the pandemic this year, a lot of these tendencies have only increased at speed, at the rate. So, yeah, I think it's really important and an opportunity to meet lots of people who have a slightly different perspective on things, perhaps, but you're all fundamentally in it together because you want to understand, how to employ your capital in a way that can make things better for you, for society, and the business world, I suppose.
Assume that being here as a member of the club, you could come up to the unicorn.
I'd really hope so, and that was another, it wasn't just the networking. What I think first attracted me to the club was the idea of an investment club and sort of finding opportunities to invest, which were a little bit outside the mainstream, if you like. Take advantage. At the time when I joined, I was living in Moscow, speak Russian. I sort of understand a bit about how this part of the world works and trying to take advantage of that, I suppose. But ultimately, obviously, in all things in life, you want to sort of see a return on your investment. I think certainly I'm getting a return on my investment in the sort of social capital sphere, but at some point I'd like to sort of try and get a return on my investment in the financial capital sphere as well.
Do you feel that you're interested and motivated to look into the future? Let's say get some kind of perspective of getting the revenues from the future technologies?
I think it's really interesting, isn't it? Because technology is all around us now. It changes incrementally and almost at a rate at which we become so used to it so quickly. 10 years ago, I think barely the iPhone existed, and yet now we all sort of have them and expect that as our sort of new bottom line. I think what a society like this does is kind of challenge us to think outside that kind of commercial, gradual, incremental growth and say, well, actually, here's an idea that you may not have heard of before, but this could well be your new reality in 5 years' time. And I think that's where it's really interesting to people like me. It's sort of making you think in different ways about different things that your ordinary career or your ordinary life experience wouldn't necessarily present to you.